Hello everybody in the speech class. I am just showing you a little bit of what your first assignment for speech is going to be. If you look and see on my screen here, I am in student view, so this should be what you would see if you go to the home page of the speaking class. You can see there are some famous quotes on here from some famous folks. You can read those at your leisure. But I just wanted to show you what your first assignment is going to be. So if you go to the modules on here, you can see I don't have very much on here at the moment because this is the first one I'm recording, but by the time you get to this, there might be quite a few things on here. But you can just go in order. And the very first one says meme assignment for 25 points. When you go there, this will be a little bit bigger because I'll have this video embedded into here. But I have instructions for what is going to be required of you. I will have a due date on here, so you'll see that once the time comes. And you can see that your goal was to submit a website URL, and I'll show you how to do that as well. And this submit assignment button is really important when the time comes. Okay, so down here 1 through 6, I have the step-by-step instructions what to do, but I'll show it to you as well in this video, just in case you need it. But you can see up here, it tells you that your first assignment for this class is going to be to present 2 memes to our group. Now, I'm not going to ask you for our first assignment, or at least I'm not going to demand of you for our first assignment to get up in front of the class and explain it to everyone, or if we happen to not be in the classroom, to create videos for this. You do have the option, if you so choose, of just typing in a little bit of a description of the meme that you chose, but you'll see when we get to that what's required of you. But if you do want to record a video file or an audio file of you explaining it, and you don't know how to do that, please contact me and I'll be happy to help you with that. Okay? So right now, if you look through the assignment list, it tells you to click on the link to slideshow, and that's this link down here. When you find it, I'll probably make this a little bigger so it's easier to spot. When you find it and click on it, it's going to ask you, would you like to make a copy of this assignment? What do you mean? And you just click make a copy. Okay, once you click make a copy, it's going to open up this presentation for you. All right, now up here at the very top, you can see that the title of it is copy of what do you mean. What I would like you to do is click right after the word of and get rid of where it says copy of. What I do is just highlight the whole thing, and I would like you to type your first and last name. I'm just going to type in first last, but you're going to type in your first and last name to this. Okay, now this is your copy. Okay, you can do with it whatever you want. You're not messing around with mine or whatever it might be. Okay, and what I would like you to do, you can see that there are 5 total slides. The first one is what I meme is. Just change your this first and last to your first and last name. Type, highlight this and type it in there. And then you can see on boxes 2 and 4, they're just blank. Okay, and what you're going to do with boxes 2 and 4, with slides I should say 2 and 4, is you're going to find some memes that you think represents you in some way, or how you feel, or the way you feel about how things are going, whatever it might be. Okay, now what I chose to do for mine, and I'll show you how to do this, what I chose to do for mine is I went straight to funny memes. Okay, you don't have to type in funny memes. All right, notice that I opened a new tab for this so you can work separately in a tab. You don't have to type in funny memes. It might be serious memes. It might be memes about blank. Okay, so if there's something super important to you right now, or something that you feel that you have been feeling all along, you can type that in as well. Okay, if you're anxious about something, you can say memes about anxiety or nervousness or something like that. That's what you can type in there. But I'm going with funny memes. And then when I type those in, you can see that it comes up with all kinds of links. But for this assignment, really, if you just click on images, then you have a bunch that pop up. And of course, a lot of these are really making their rounds. You've probably seen a ton of them already. And I just kind of glance through and see if there are a couple that stand out to me. Now this one is one obviously about what's going on around us, the coronavirus. It says just got back from our cruise, had a great time. You can see they were out in the sun, but they have the mask lines on there. So I might grab a hold of that one, and all you have to do is click and hold it, okay? So if you're using a trackpad on a tablet, you just click and hold it down. Or if you're using an actual mouse, you can click and hold it down with the left button, and you drag it up to the tab at the top, and you can see it'll switch back over. This is a nice thing about using all Google for this, because it's intuitive to it. And then since I already had the second slide open over here, I'm just pulling it back down to this slide, letting it go, and after a couple seconds of saying creating image, it'll drop it down into there, and then I can drag it and resize it and do whatever I would like. Okay, now if you accidentally had a different slide open, you can drop it down in there. Like if I accidentally dropped it in the first one, you can drop it down in there, and then all you would have to do is you can right click and copy this, and then click on the correct slide that you want to put it on. Once again, right click and paste on it. And if you're using a trackpad, the flat surface on a sorry, I wanted to say tablet, but not really tablet, more of a laptop computer. The right click is just using 2 fingers on that as opposed to 1, if you didn't already know that. And if I decided I wanted to keep it on 4, I could go back to the second one over here and just click on it and hit backspace. It'll go away. I'm going to use it on the second one, so I'm going to get rid of it here. Just click delete or backspace and it's gone. Okay? Notice that the next slide, number 3, it asks what this represents to me. Okay? We'll get to that in a second. But I think what I want to do next is find my second meme that kind of represents what I have going on in my life. So I'm going to go back to my funny memes, and there was another one I saw. This one of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson saying, when somebody adds another plate to the sink while I'm washing the dishes. You can see the anger and frustration in his face. I'm going to take that one as well. Okay, I do have 2 kids, and it seems like much of what I've been doing during this time of Corona is working on things around the house, and while I'm doing it, other people are immediately going behind me and messing it up. Okay, not on purpose, just kind of kids being kids. So I now have my 2 memes that I want to use, and as I said, you can choose from any of the ones that stand out to you. Kind of like you to keep it school appropriate if you can. I'd appreciate that. Even though it's just gonna be us seeing it. Remember, once you save something in your school drive, it becomes potentially viewed by anybody. So now that I have my 2 memes, I'm just gonna center this a little bit. Now that I have my 2 memes, I'm gonna go into here, and I'm just going to start typing what this represents to me. Okay, how does this represent me might be another way of saying this. I might start talking about the fact that it seems like everything nowadays revolves around whether or not we have the masks. I don't know how many times I got out of my car, took 2 steps, and realized I had to go back and put on a mask. And here at the school even, there have been 2 different occasions where I started walking out of my classroom and down the hall, and then realizing, oh, I'm glad I'm the only one here because my mask is still sitting on my desk. So that's the type of thing that I would type in here. Here's what this represents to me. Okay, it could be frustration, it could be angst, it could just be the simple fact that, sometimes it's just tricky to breathe behind there. And then I'll do the same thing for this second meme. Okay, I've already talked about this a little bit, but I can discuss a little bit more. During the time when we are home, especially in the springtime where we weren't having class in school, I was there, my wife was there, she's teaching her classes, and my kids are there as students, but also our children, and it just became not a major disaster, but a series of small disasters in our house. Okay, and that's the type of thing I would discuss here. Okay, so how do you turn this in? Well, once you have this all done, You go up to the top right. I have this yellow share button. Yours will be yellow or blue. You click on the share button. It'll open up a window like this. Down at the bottom it says Get Link, so that anyone in Tiffin City Schools can find it. Okay, I just highlighted it, that's why it went to this, but either way, you'll be fine if you just click the share once again. On the far right of it, it says Copy Link, and you can see it says Link Copied. Once you go back to your canvas where the assignment was, you go and click Submit Assignment. Down below, here's where you are going to paste that website URL. A couple different ways of doing that. If you have a mouse, you're just going to right click and click Paste. If you are using a laptop with a desk with a trackpad, use 2 fingers and that same thing comes up, you click Paste. Or since you've already copied something, if you hit Control V, if you're using a Chromebook or a Windows type of a computer, or if you're using a MacBook, something along those lines. Oops, I hit the wrong one. I apologize for that. It's Command V, and it'll do the same thing. Okay. If you'd like, you can type in the comments. This is my assignment for the slideshow or whatever it is. This is my meme assignment, and then you just click Submit Assignment down at the bottom. Okay. Once you click Submit, it'll get turned into me. Might even get this little celebration of, hey, you successfully submitted it, and it'll give you the date of the submission up at the top. Okay? So that's it. If you have any questions, please email me or just ask me. Hopefully you're seeing me in person and you're not even needing to watch this video. But just in case, ask me in person. Okay? Thank you very much.